Okay, Courtney here. I had 2 rows and I realized I need to take it out without making this video super long. So I'm going to show you how to do the split front treble, which creates these like peaks, or depending on which way you look at it, it could be V's. So again, after you make the first row here where and sorry if the lighting is off, I try to make it a bit brighter due to the oops, sorry, now that's too dark. Okay, I'm going to try to adjust a little bit. Blue yarn, I know it could be hard to work with, but it looks amazing once we do get it right. So after you make the foundation row, you then do single crochet. The single crochet will always be the wrong side row, and the double crochet rows with the split front will always be the right side row. So I'm going to demonstrate how you do the first one, because I think that's what may be tripping some people up. So again, as the instructions say, you'll chainless starting double crochet. Again, you can do like a stacked double crochet, which I used to do, and I know Brianna Kay, she recently put out a tutorial showing it where it just looks like 2 single crochet, or you can do your chain 3. But then you'll do 2 double crochet in the next stitch, and this is where we'll start the split front. So you'll yarn over twice, okay, just like in the instructions. I changed it a little bit because I want it to work in here instead of creating a hole in between. And so I know the instructions are kind of long, but so technically you're going to work the first one around the second double crochet 2 rows below, okay? So you're always going to work in a double crochet row. So you go around the post, yarn over, pull up a loop, and you pull through 2 and you'll stop. So that's the first leg. I added this part where you'll yarn over, work in this stitch, because this is where the stitch counts, so it doesn't create a hole. And then you'll yarn over twice. You're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and work around the next double crochet. So again, from front to back to front, to make a front post, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 4. So that's the first one. So normally we would have a gap right here, but I didn't want a gap, so I added a few extra steps. And then you're going to want to pull your project, the stitches a little forward, and make sure that you don't miss the next one, because then you're going to double crochet in the next 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so now we're going to do another split front post treble. So as the instructions say, you're going to skip 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. So on the first row down here, that's literally skipping 3 in between, because the stitch really only skips 3, although it looks very wide. And so when you're counting to other rows, there's a double crochet, the split front post treble, and then a double crochet, and then you'll work around the next one. So I just kind of think of it as 3, or, make sure there's 1 by the post and then the next one here. So that's 1, 2, 3 that you'll skip. So again, yarn over twice, work 2 rows below around the double crochet, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over. This is the one that would normally be skipped in post stitches, but I didn't want all the holes. So we'll yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over twice, skip 1, 2, 3, and then when you're at the end of the row, you work around the double crochet before the last one, the second to last one. So there will always be 1 in the beginning and 1 at the end. And so you just finish the stitch. And then again, making sure that you don't miss. because I think it's in the notes. If not, I will add it to make sure you count your stitches periodically, because I would definitely lose a stitch sometimes behind the split front. And then you double crochet in the last 3. Okay, so when attaching, and hopefully this is still clear, so when you do the last double crochet, you're going to, let me do that again. You're going to yarn over, you're going to work in the last stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. You have your 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. And so now this is where you're going to attach with the last yarn over. So as you see the stitches around the edge, right? You know, and this is one of those where you can have creative freedom, which is why I did not specify how many rows to do, because everyone's tension is a bit different. So looking here, you have the bottom half of it, and this kind of lines up. So the first one, I'm sorry, lines up, and so here's the second one. So again, I'm going to work into, I'm going to skip this stitch, work in this one front to back, insert the hook, yarn over like you normally would, but you're going to pull it through the yoke on the poncho, same thing with the hat, and then pull through 2. And there you go. That's your last double crochet, and it's attached all at once. And so when you turn your work, okay, this is now the back side for the single crochet, and you're gonna do it similarly for, but opposite. So let me take that out. So this is for when you're working in one direction on the poncho, because then, you know, when you go the other side of the body, the first double crochet is attached. And so I will show that after I show you the single crochet to not make it more confusing. So again, you know, attaching to the other piece counts for the chain. So for the single crochet, you know, you turn your work. It's a bit awkward, but you kind of get it. You go from back to front, so towards you. Put the loop back on the hook. Pull it so it's not too loose, not too tight. You'll yarn over and pull through the chain and the body. And that's your chain 1 for the single crochet. And then you'll single crochet all the way across. Oops. Just like that. Okay. But I'm going to show you how to do the double crochet from the beginning for the other side, although it doesn't necessarily apply in the way that I'm making the hat, but just to kind of show you. So instead of 1 chain, so you have the option, because I did it both ways, you could do 2 chains, or what's a little easier, is pull the loop up a little higher. So again, if you're going to do 2 rows for the height of it, you're going to do the same idea, skip 1, go front to back through the other one. So this will represent the first double crochet, because you want the work on the inside, that any, I guess, extra slight bulk that you get from this method is on the inside, or the wrong side. So you'll just pull a loop up to the height, yarn over, and pull through, right? So it's kind of like the long loop method that Two Brothers Blankets talks about, and things like that. And so now you're just at the height, you'll yarn over, go in the first stitch, and then you'll just double crochet across following the pattern as written. And so again, if you're, you know, that could be 3, and then you do the split front treble, or it could be 7. So that's what it looks like from the inside, because it gives you a little extra on the inside, but it's pretty seamless on the top side. Oops, sorry, hopefully that's in focus. And then the same thing with the single crochet. You just want to pull the loop to whichever side. So if we were working on the opposite side, so this would be, if this were the first single crochet, it would be much like the last